Take two. This is for a 97 Toyota Corolla. I had problems earlier trying to get this bolt to clear. What you need to do is loosen the cross member and the lower engine mount. There's 4 bolts there. They're all 17 millimeter. Once you do that, you need to jack up gently jack up on the transmission, or does this transmission and transfer case are all one piece. Just jack up on the transfer case. Next, you'll have to undo these 2 bolts right here, which is your cross member that hooks up to the body of the unibody of the car. Once you loosen the bolts up over here, this side's a bitch. Let's get to it. Where's my impact? Just trying to look at all the. I tried loosening up all of the engine mounts, but without success. So I need Borat. I need great success. Remember to lower your impact, because this will take a lot of torque. I recommend Ingersoll or a Harbor Freight and buy the most heavy-duty model you can possibly afford and buy, and they carry at the time. Otherwise, you're not getting this undone. So, without further ado, let's see how much. What size I have on the wrench? It's 19. 17 is for the ball joint. You will not need a pickle fork on most of these little cars, since the ball joint is only to be taken off at the control arm, and they don't press in on these models. Alright, let's see how much lower this bitch will go. Well, it looks like I got some. Bet you could put a pry bar on it, it'll all come off. But let's just see when we start doing everything else, what happens. It's under that little small lock bolt that keeps everything aligned. Try to do all this before the ice storm comes in, because I don't like being all over the road. This car's all over the road to begin with when you're driving. The current status. You will need an alignment. If that's not obvious how many bolts you're undoing and moving around. You will definitely need an alignment once you're done with doing this job. Just go to Groupon, or if you drive a hell of a lot like I do, you can go to Firestone and get their lifetime alignment. You get done as many times as you want. Live on crappy roads. If you get all the suspension parts replaced, in theory, you should be good to go. Yeah, that one's not coming off. Yeah, that one did. Get these bolts in with just a tad. You'll regret it if you don't. I'll get a breaker bar on that one. Yes, I did oil my impact. It still doesn't pull this off. This damn thing is so on there. I do have jack stands. It is supporting the vehicle. Well, it isn't supporting the vehicle. Glad I didn't pull on that too much. I actually need to take it. Let's try this again. Yes, I am. Just watch you. Take off in any order, but the rear has to go on first. I think it's the way of the bushing on the new control arm won't be nice and flexible. So not much clearance I need, but it's still not getting it to me. It's kind of tight. Let's see what's in there. There we go. Just thread it. This way it's easy to get back in. Yeah, they're both kind of. I get a pry bar and pry this out. Yeah, let me show you what's happening here. The motor control arm needs to come off. The bolt's in the way, as you can see, still. But you have space right here. So I can use a pry bar, kind of pry down a little bit and get like the 1/4 inch I actually need. It should be fine. Next is to undo the bolts at the these are all 17s. FYI, this is a 1.6 3-speed automatic, meaning no overdrive. drive for a little car like this. Why? Because cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. And because they're fully hydraulic, that means no computers. Or the transmission, at least. The 4-speeds transmissions, what you can tell is if it has a little clicker on the shifter for overdrive. You know, so obviously a 4-speed, now it's computer controlled. These are just strictly hydraulic. Next, you do that. Of course, undo your strut mount bolts that go to your steering. Undo them. Make sure you put the bolts on the back side. Some idiot that had this car before me put on the front. And maybe remove the caliper. Just remove the bolt. So either it came from the factory that way or whatever. But I put them on the back side because easier to take apart. So these are 2019. The case that I'm doing right now, you will probably need 2 jacks. What do you know? I have 2 jacks. I got lucky when you put these back together. Sometimes you can just put your hand on the back side of the bolt and keep it from spinning until you impact it. But if you're going to be using hand tools, you will need a wrench. So, now it's for the second jack. You can use your car jack if you don't have 2 floor jacks. I'm going to use 2 floor jacks because I have 2 of them. Oh yeah, it's going to have 2 floor jacks. Many engine removals. It's hard to do with one jack. But I can't resist the rubber trick because you want to have a deal on another one. You will bend your shield to equal. I'm really just trying to get the control arm separated. Look at that. Is that enough flexing? Nice. So my theory worked. All the clearance I need. The price you pay for having a small, cheap little car. I'm gonna put a pry bar in that. This way I don't fuck with it. Or pickle fork. Kind of a wedge. It'll stay put. A wedge in between the cross member and the car. Good idea. It's a not a problem. I guess you did an alignment thing and be like, what the hell? Even more fun is it? Damn thing. Perfect alignment after all this. That would be crazy. Oh, look at that. Perfect. All that work. Some engineer. Oops. This is an ass shot. Okay. And there you go. Control arm out. And you have to reverse order. This goes in first because the rubber is going to be at a slight angle from being set on for many years of mileage. The right side is easier. If you have a right-hand drive car, everything is the complete opposite, or maybe not. I'm just guessing, but if your transmission is on the opposite side, obviously everything is like this is going to be on the opposite side. So let's go ahead and I'll take that back. This bolt we're going first, obviously, because you have to bolt everything else back together. And that would go in second, but do not connect it to your suspension first or second or whatever. It's already there. Put this bitch in. Without further ado, if you look on the back side, there's a notch right here that the whole bolt, sorry, the shaft has to go into. It's not on there. Car. Everything will be torqued down until you hit the first bump, and then everything will be loose because you have a shaft right here that needs to go into that notch.